Okay, look, I remember that at some point in the last 10 years, almost every Amazon, Netflix, HBO, FX series, like every great TV series, or every TV series that wanted to present itself as being great and high quality, they were all using this effect for their opening or intro. And today I'm going to show you how to create it in DaVinci Resolve, this effect. So it's the double exposure effect and, well, yeah, basically all of its variations. Now, I saw this effect first time in the intro of True Detective, the first season, and it still looks great now, 10 years later. So I made mine look and feel like that one. But the thing is, I'm just gonna show you some basic techniques, the techniques that I used to create it, and then you can make it look however you want. Now, to give you an idea, the short sequence that I made took me an hour and a half to make, but you're gonna need Magic Mask if you want to do it within the same amount of time. You can also do it with the free version of DaVinci Resolve, but it's gonna take a whole lot longer to mask everything. So I'm gonna show you how I did it in DaVinci Resolve Studio with Magic Mask. And by the way, if you notice some things that I could have done better or faster or whatever, let me know in the comments, because I'm also here to learn. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what do you need? First of all, a background video. Of course, you can use anything you want, but I went for something light and also slow motion. Same for the video clip of a person. That's the second thing you need. Well, it doesn't have to be a person, of course. It can also be, I don't know, a car, just a subject. But the thing is, the video clip I used is also slow motion. Now, it doesn't have to be slow motion, of course, but I feel like this effect works really well with slow motion footage. I don't know. And of course, ideally, you want to use a video clip where there's a lot of separation and contrast between the person and the background, or the subject and the background, because that will make masking everything a whole lot easier. Okay, so I'm gonna put the video clip with the subject on top of the background, and then I'm gonna copy that video clip with the subject. So now I have 3 clips stacked on top of each other. And then make the top track invisible for now. So we're gonna work with this clip first. The background, for now, we're not gonna touch. Then go to the color page, and the first thing we'll do here is the masking. So go to Magic Mask and, well, just click a few times on your subject. I also always use better here because it will give me a better result, duh. And here with this button, you can turn on and off the mask overlay. And then just start adding masking points. And, well, that's it for now. But look, if you don't know how to use Magic Mask, I'll link a tutorial in the description. I think this looks good for now. It might struggle a bit here because the chair and his jacket are almost the same color, but we can fix that later. Okay, so hit track and let Resolve do its thing, the tracking. Once it's finished, right click here in the node area and add an alpha output. Connect it, and this will remove the background. Just disable the mask overlay and boom. See? Nice. Now, you can do a lot of adjustments and fine-tuning to the mask without having it to track the whole thing again. So with these settings here and these sliders, you can soften the mask, shrink it, extend it, whatever. So yeah, just fine-tune it. And if you see mistakes, for example here on his shoulder, it's not perfect. It's not too bad either, but if you want to fix some stuff like that, you can manually add or remove areas with the paint stroke tool. But everything you do with the paint stroke tool is for one frame only. See? So you have to go frame by frame to fix stuff like this. But it will allow you to get a perfect mask. Now, talking about perfection, right? If you want your intro sequences and your effects to look perfect, you're also gonna need perfect animated titles. And the ones I used for my sequence are from MotionVFX, the sponsor of this video. They offer a ton of animated titles, effects, transitions, plugins. I used this super clean cinematic animated title pack called M-Title Cinematic for my sequence, and the M-Documentary Film Burn effect and flash transition for that overall grittiness. But they also offer complete toolboxes for other types of creators. And those toolboxes contain everything you need to level up your videos. Titles, effects, callouts, transitions, everything. And just when you thought that they couldn't come up with anything new anymore, boom, they dropped this. MXplainer Venture. If you talk online about business or if you make videos about business, this is the one for you. So go check them out, the link is in the description. And of course, thank you so much MotionVFX for supporting my channel. Okay, and now back to the double exposure effect. Okay, so once you're done with the first mask, we're gonna do the same with the second clip. So go to the edit page, make it visible, and then do exactly the same as before. But now we're going to mask only his head. So you'll also have to use the red dots, which will tell Resolve to not include those areas in the mask. Now, this second mask of his head is not always necessary, of course, but it will allow us to be a bit more creative later on. It will allow us to put a video just over his head instead of his whole body. Okay, anyway, when your mask or masks are ready, and you've added and connected the alpha output, it's time to add another video clip. Again, you can use whatever you want. Go to the media pool and then drop the clip you want to use on the node area. See, and it will create a node, and then you have to connect it like this, green to green. And then make sure that the mask overlay is disabled. And boom, this is the result. Now, the problem, of course, is that the colors and the contrast, like the whole look and feel of all the different clips, it doesn't match. So let's fix that. Just add another node between the video clip and the node where you did the masking. And now you can adjust the colors and everything else in this node. Or, for example, you can also add the film look creator effect, whatever you want. And if you have two masked clips, like I have here, one for the whole body and then one for just the head, well, you do it for both clips, of course, so that everything matches. Okay, but we're still not done. We can add more. For example, the video clip of those chimneys that I used, it's a static shot, but I would like to add a bit of camera movement, right? And of course, there's different ways to do that. One way is to select that node in the node area and then go to sizing. And here you can make all kinds of adjustments to the clip. Scale, position, rotation. So what you have to do then is make sure that you can see the keyframe window here, set the playhead at the start, and activate the keyframes for sizing. Then just move one of the sliders here just a little bit so that it automatically creates a keyframe here. You'll see a little diamond appear, and then move the playhead to the end, and for example, zoom in. And now the clip will zoom in. And of course you can do the same for pan, for tilt, whatever. And then, what I also did in my sequence is add a window. See how you can still see his mouth here? So you can see both the video clip and a part of his face. Well, just add another node after the masking node and connect everything like this, green with green and blue with blue. And now all you have to do is add a window, whatever shape you want. I used a round one, and done. And you can play around with it, do whatever you want. And of course, you know, you can add a lot more effects and techniques and whatever you want to create your own unique double exposure effect. So definitely try it out, because creating an intro sequence like that is not only fun, but you'll also learn a ton. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.